Hi, this is Jackie with the workshop, and today we are going to be doing a flow using a yoga block. If you don't have a yoga block at home, it's no problem. You can use a thick, sturdy book. Anything that's about 1 to 2 inches thick will do. So we're going to actually start off with our yoga block, or if you don't have one, you can just do all this work standing. So if you do have your yoga block, it's just going to go into the center of your mat, and we want it to be long ways so that both of your heels can fit on it. You can also just keep your heels up and releve here. So we're going to warm up the lower body first today. We're going to save all the core stuff for later. So let's go ahead and start with your heels together, toes apart, like you're in a Pilates V position, just like we do in our footwork on the foot bar. And I just want you to take a second, relax your arms down by the side, find your little scoop through the pelvis, and we're just gonna start to bend the knees and come down. So the block's only helping you keep your heels up. And then if you wanna add the arms, you can just bring them right out to the side here. So we're gonna inhale as we come down, and then a nice big exhale as we press up. I find that when we start with lower body, get our heart rate up a little bit, burn a little more calories throughout class, it kind of warms up the whole body, especially early in the morning. Let's do 5 more like this, just nice and slow. Squeeze the inner thighs at the top. So we're still thinking about our reformer legs zipping up through those inner thighs and low belly. Last 2. Good, and then next time you come down halfway, hold it there. Shoulders back and down, give me little pulses. So if you're not using a block, I want you to lift your heels up nice and high here. Try to swing your tail under. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, stand up. We're gonna go into a second set now. You're gonna come down into your squat and hold. And then from here, we're just gonna reach that right arm up and over. While you're holding your squat, you'll come back through center, straighten the legs. Come back down, left arm up and over, stretch through your waistline, back through center and up. So just start to work at your own pace now. Obliques are still sore from Saturday. Good, up and down. Reach, really stretch. Try to keep your balance through both heels. And let's do a few more on each side. I'm sure there's like a fancy dance term for this, but I don't know it. 1 more each side. Last one, hold center, 1 more set of pulses. Let's just do 10, 9, 8. Squeeze your inner thighs. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand up, take your heels off of that block and shake it out. You're gonna move your block to the top of your mat now for some lunges. Again, you don't need to use it if you don't want to. Let's all make sure we're on the same side. Not a breath. Left foot's gonna go onto the block, right foot's gonna step back. So right away, I want you to find that nice lunge shape. Arms are gonna extend up. Start to pulse down into that back leg for me. And then keep moving, but start to tip your body forward. So you want to put a little bit more weight in this left leg. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, hold that forward pitch. We're going to tap the right foot forward and back. Forward and back. Good. Add the arms. Get a little more movement. Last 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Step it back. Hold it there. 1 more set of pulses. Keep that forward pitch. Good. Get down nice and low. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step it forward. Hold it there for a second. So we're elevated through the left foot. Right knee's gonna come up. We worked on this on Saturday. Try to rotate your hips forward. And then we're just gonna start to hinge the body and extend the right leg back. We balance on the left leg and then stand up tall. So we're just hinging through that left side of the body. Try to draw the right knee in. Let's add the hands behind the head for a little bit of a balance challenge. All this can be done standing on the mat if you don't feel secure here. Hinge, and then pull yourself back up. Good. Let's do 3 more just like that. If you lose your balance, it's no big deal. Hinge the body, stretch the right leg back. Try to find your balance on the block. Terrible balance this morning. My coffee hasn't kicked in, so I'm not all the way awake. Last two. Stretch. Pull all the way back up. And last one here. Get nice and tall at the top. Start to shoot that right leg back. All the way. Hinge the body. And bring it in. Shake it out. Give that left foot a little break. Let's take it right over to the other side. So we're going to start with our pulsing. Right foot's going to go on the block. I have big feet, so it's okay if your foot hangs off the block. You just want your heel to be there. Left foot's going to step back. And then right away, I'm going to come into my 90-90 shape. Extend the arms up. Start to pulse. So I'm allowing my back knee to point down towards the ground. And then pulsing into my right heel. Shoulders stay back and down. Keep moving, just hinge the body forward. So now I put more weight into my right heel. Good, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it here. All my weight moves into my right heel. I'm gonna tap my left foot back and forth. If it helps with balance, you can add the arms, stretching everything out at the top. Good, all my weight stays in my right heel. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold, pulse it out for 10. Get all this out of the way early today. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it up, shake it out. So right leg can shake out here. Okay, we're gonna start our hinge. Hands can come onto the hips or behind the head right away. Depends on your balance. We're gonna start to hinge the body forward as we shoot that right leg back. Think about becoming your longest point at the top. And then as you press into your right heel, you're gonna draw that left knee up. Balance at the top, so working proprioception. Hands can come behind the head. We start to tip. Reach out through the heel. Go as far as you can to get into that hamstring. And then pull yourself up. So let's do that 3 more times. As you hinge, you want to keep your back flat. Try to get parallel with the floor. And then recruit your hamstring on that right leg to help pull you up. A little bit better balance on this side. 2 more. Good, all those little muscles in your feet and ankles should be screaming at you. And pull up. And last one here. Shoot that left heel back. Get the leg nice and strong. Woo. And bring it all the way in. Go ahead and step off your block. Shake out your ankle. And then we're going to bring it onto our back. So keep your block close by. And all this can be done without. And then we're going to go ahead and lay down. Flat onto your back. Your foot is going to go onto... Let's do left foot on the block to start. Can also be flat on the floor. So I'm going to relax my arms down by the side. And then from here, just take your right leg and extend it up into the air. So now I have a little bit of leverage. I'm going to exhale to press into my left heel. And then inhale as I drive it back down. Lift and squeeze. And inhale to lower. So I just have a little bit more range now using that block. Good, let's do 3. Last 2. Relax your shoulders down. Last one, hold. Let's lower that right leg. Inhale. Exhale as you flex and lift it back up. Try to keep all your weight pushing down into the block. Flex your foot to lift. Good, see if you can push down into your left heel. Come an inch higher. 4, 3. Last 2. Good, push 1 inch higher with those hips. Last one, and roll it all the way down. You can shake out that left leg. Last little bit of torture we're gonna do on this left side is move the block forward enough so that your heel is gonna be lifted on that left leg. So now I have like a high heel shoe on. I'm gonna do the same thing. Right leg is gonna lift. And exhale as I drive up through the left. Tap the hips down. Lift and squeeze. Tap down. Now I want to try to find my big toe, second toe space on the mat and push up from there. So I don't have the help of my heel anymore. Let's do 4. Good, relax your shoulders. Last 3. Gets into the booty a little bit more. Here's 2. And last one, I want you to hold it up there. Give me little pulses up for 10, 9. If you're not on a block, get that heel up. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it all the way down. Take that left leg, shake it out. Ouchie. Okay, let's do the other side. Starting with the foot flat on the block, so we have the help of our heel. Helps connect us to the back of the body. Left leg's gonna extend up. We're gonna exhale as we push up through the hips. Inhale, lower, tap back down. So I'm gonna drive up through the center of my heel. Take advantage of the fact that you can use it right now. Lift and lower. Good. Try to keep that left foot pointed, not turned out. So try to hide the seam of your pants. Good. Let's do 3. Last 2. And last one, you're going to hold at the top. Lower that left leg down. And then I want you to flex through the foot to drive it back up. Point to lower. Flex to lift. Squeeze at the top. Open up that hamstring. Let's do 3. Good. 2 more. Check on those shoulders. Last one. Flex. And lower all the way down. Push that block back just a couple of inches. Last thing we're going to do with the block for a little bit. You're going to elevate your foot. So I want your heel up. Your big toe, second toe padding is on the mat. Left leg's going to extend up. Now I'm going to drive up through my right foot. Tap the tailbone all the way down. So much larger range of motion here. Good. Keep the chest open. Open up the palms to the ceiling if you need to. A little bit longer set. We have 4 more here. Last 3. 2 more. Last one, lift and hold. Pulse it up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down, all the way down. Take a moment, hug your knees into your chest. Just give yourself a little rock from side to side. Whew. Okay, so block is going to move out of the way. Going to move into some core work, everybody's favorite. So let's come on up to seated. And bring your heels into the corner of the mat. So like to check in a lot on mat work, and even when I teach my reformer classes with roll-ups, helps just give us an idea of where things are at with the low back, and also helps us warm up the core. So I want you to flex your feet back and pull your chest through as much as you can. From there, we're going to extend the arms out. This is meant to be done really slow. You're going to start to tuck through the tailbone and roll down. You're going to notice your feet are dragging. It's totally normal. It's okay. Try to ground out through the low back, 1 vertebrae at a time. And then let's stretch the arms all the way up overhead. Nice big inhale, especially after that cardio. Exhale as you start to move the hands down. Now from here, chin to chest, I'm going to pull the ribs together, start to pull the ribs towards the hips, and forward fold. Good. Stretch through the back of the legs, sit up nice and tall. Pull your chest through and then release through the tailbone. Start to pull the pubic bone up. We get really good at these. They're super hard because it's all core. Extend the arms all the way up overhead. This is our last one in our full range of motion. Ribs together, ribs to hips, low back stretches, reach to the toes, and sit up nice and tall. So now when we roll down, it's only going to be to our T point. So space right at the base of the ribs. You're going to tuck and roll and get there. Now from here, I want you to Pilates scoop. So think pubic bone to belly button, press down into the low back. Start to give me little pulses here. Nice big inhale, exhale as you pulse. And if you're looking at your pants lying down, nothing is moving. I'm just pulsing with my ribs and trying to move them closer to my hip bones. Last 4, tuck the chin into the chest. Here's 3, 2, last 1. Nice big inhale here. Roll all the way back down. Stretch those arms up overhead. Let's draw the legs together here so we're in one long line. Take a deep breath in, exhale, press to bow. So just the shoulder blades lift off. Start to pump the arms 100 counts. So inhale for 5 and exhale for 5. And I'm pulling my belly down flat every time I exhale, trying to get up a little bit higher in my curl. Now, if you want to advance this, you can float the legs as long as you maintain that pelvic tuck. Okay? I'm not there today, so I'm going to keep my feet down. Nice big inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Now, see if you can come up a little bit higher. Tuck your chin in so that there's stretch and space in the back of the neck. And let's just do one more round here. Inhaling for 5. And exhaling out 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way down. Nice big stretch up top. Stretch out that abdominal wall. Bend your knees in. Hands are going to come behind the head now. And you're just going to pick yourself back up into that bow. So we have a little bit of support here. Legs are going to come to tabletop one at a time. And then I need to push my knees so they're over my hip socket. So I'm really based out through the pelvis. From here, I'm going to inhale to lower the feet down. Hinge at the hips. Exhale to pull back up. Inhale to lower. Exhale, pull and scoop through the belly to bring back up. I don't want to go too low that my back starts to pop up. So I really have to press down to pull back up. Let's do 3. 2 more. Last one. And feet come all the way down. Head comes all the way down. You can keep the hands behind the head. Lift the belly up with your inhale. And then as you exhale, let's go left leg to tabletop. We're going to find our bow again. So this time I'm going to combo. I'm going to lower my left foot down. Exhale, lift it back up. Then lower my head down, inhale. Exhale, lift my head up. So inhale, lower the leg. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower the head. Exhale, lift. If you want a little bit more, go out to straight with that left leg. Good. And let's just do 2 more like that. Nice and easy with this other leg down. Working upper and lower abdominals at the same time. Last one, lift that leg up and hold it there. I want you to rotate towards the knee. And then as you come back to center, lower the left leg. I know it's torture. 5 more. Good. Try to twist with the ribs and not with the neck. Left knee can be bent if you needed to. Last 3. Nice big breath. Stretch that left leg out. Last 2. Last one, I want you to hold it there. Extend the arms. You get a break after this. Pulse the upper body. Reach through that right side. You can keep the left hand behind the head if it's too much. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down all the way. Let's drop both knees over to one side of the room. And then take both knees over to the other side of the room. And come back through center. Same thing other side. Let's start with the knee bent, and we'll build up. Take the hands behind the head, lift to bow. Inhale, tap the foot down. Exhale, pull it back up. Inhale, lower the head down. Exhale, back into your bow. Start to combo the movement here. If you want to extend the right leg to straight, that makes it harder. So the leg lifts and lowers when we're up in our bow, and it stays put as we take that upper body curl. Good, let's do 3 more like this. That left heel is grounded, so see if you can connect down into the left side of your hips to help stabilize. All this is done really slow. Good, last one here, lift and hold. Start to rotate, left elbow to right knee. As you come back to center, lower the right leg down. Exhale, pull everything back up, rotate, and reach long as you come back down. Let's do 4 more of those. Good, they don't have to touch. We're thinking about left side ribs to right hips. Good. Almost there. Last 2. And then on your last one, we're going to hold at the top. Extend that left hand. Start to pulse. Reach towards the corner of your mat. Straighten that right leg a little bit more. 4, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everything lowers down. Take a moment, hug your knees into your chest, and just try to soften out through that low back. All right, let's extend the legs out nice and long here again. You're gonna take a nice deep breath in up overhead, and then as you exhale, start to tuck through your tailbone, tuck your chin into your chest, reach all the way into that forward fold. You can bring the legs together if that feels good. And we'll take one more deep breath in there, sit up nice and tall. Let's swing the legs around to find a quadruped position. So knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. You're gonna exhale to round out through the spine. So it's important before we get into any extension work that we open up that back. And then as you inhale and come up, I want you to think about rotating the elbows open, opening up your collarbone, lifting your chin, and then exhale as you round. Good, let's do a few more like this. As we open up, this is our prep for extension work. I want you to think about growing out of the shoulders, reaching through the crown of the head. And then let's do one more here. Exhale as you squeeze all the air out, belly button to spine, and then bring it back to your neutral spine. So I want you to tuck your toes under here and lift your hips up nice and high. So take that little bit of a stretch here and through the back of the legs. And then we're just gonna shift our body weight forward. Another prep for our extension work here. I just want you to drop your hips and open up your chest. And then from here, use your core to draw yourself in, lift the hips back up, press the heels down. So moving kind of like a wave. Let's shift it forward into the plank just for a second, but let the hips drop. Stay out of your low back, open up the chest, lift up through the chin, and then I'm using my core to pull myself back up into a pike, drop the heels. Let's do that one more time. Shifting the body weight forward, and then dropping the weight of my hips, open up the chest. And then from here, drop the knees, take a child's pose. You can bring the knees together nice and tight here. All right, we're gonna come down onto our bellies, so we're gonna lay in our prone position for our extension work. Couple of notes here. Wider your legs are, the more comfortable it's gonna be for your low back. Also, at any point, you can bend your knees and bring your heels together, and that will also help take some work out of your low back. Generally, with the extension work in Pilates, it's coming from between the shoulder blades. So let's start here, and if you're familiar with yoga, it's like a little Sphinx pose. My elbows are underneath my shoulders. My legs are wide spread here, and then I'm creating my own traction by pulling my elbows towards my hip bones to open up my chest. I don't want to drop the back of my head onto my shoulders. I'm staying long and connected through the crown of my head. And then we're just going to take a few breaths there. I want you to create a little more tension by pulling the elbows in towards the hips and trying to open up the chest. You should feel your triceps a lot there. Good, let's take just a couple deep breaths. Remember, you can bend your knees if you need to. Good, let's take one more big inhale here. And I want you to press into the heel of the hands and lift up out of it, as long as that's comfortable for you. And then as you exhale, lower yourself back down, but we're still keeping the heel of our hands heavy on the mat. I'm going to inhale as I come up into my extension. Now, I've created some resistance for myself. Exhale as you come down by pushing into the heel of the hand. So it feels like I'm doing like a little push-up. Come down nice and slow. So keep moving like that with your breath. Every rep, check in with your low back. Remember, it's not about height here. Growing long through the crown of the head, back of the neck. It's about creating some space. Let's do 5 more like this. So mat Pilates is like such a killer on your back with extension, but in a really good way. But you definitely feel it. Last 3, and then you'll get a child's pose. Bring the elbows in nice and tight. 2 more. Good. Just using the arms to lift my extension up off the ground, not really make it any higher. Last one. And lower all the way down. Pull your knees in. Bring them all the way together. and then sit down nice and slow, round out that low back. It can be a little intense, so just take your time here. Breathe in between your shoulder blades. Let's take one more deep breath in here, and we'll shift it forward. Last thing we're gonna do in extension work, send those legs out nice and wide, bring yourself down. We're gonna extend the arms out, and then we wanna tuck the chin into the chest so your eyeballs are down on the mat. Take the pads of your fingers, so your fingertips, and start to walk them back until you feel your arms really plug into your lat, so underneath the arms there. I'm gonna inhale as I push into my fingertips like little spider fingers, and I'm gonna come up. Okay, and then exhale, just bring it down nice and slow. Okay, the closer your fingertips are towards the top of your mat, the more intense this is gonna be. So just take it where you're at. Every time we come back down and exhale, we want to reset the chin into the chest, lift up, crown of the head, lower back down. Let's do 2 more. Good. Inhale's always to lift, keeping the spine protected and long. Re-engage those legs if you've lost them. Last one here. Good. Let's hold at the top for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower down. Slowly push yourself back in to that nice tight ball. And round out through the low back. Let's shift it forward into our quadruped position again. Knees underneath hips. You're going to tuck the toes, lift yourself back up into that down dog stretch. Pedal out through the feet and find some space in the back of the legs. So from here, we're going to start to move forward into our plank. We're not adding the extension work here. We're just going to hold our plank nice and strong. Let's hold for 10 seconds, and then we'll lift the hips back up. I want you to push the ground away from you, and we'll go back up in 3, 2, and 1. Lift the hips up nice and high. So from here, I want you to take your left leg and sweep it back behind you. And as you shift forward, draw the knee in between the hands. Extend the left leg back up, and then pull it back in. So let's think knee to nose. Let's do 4 more of those. And we know from working on the reformer, when we pull that knee in, we can pause there. That's where we get all that core contraction. Let's do 2. Good, hold the breath as you pull the knee in. Last one, I want you to hold it there. Pulse the knee up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the foot back, lift the hips. Take a breath. Right leg's gonna extend up, doesn't matter how high it is. Start to pull the knee in towards the nose. Hold the breath, shift the weight forward. Extend back up and pull. Good, reach and pull. Let's do 3. Good, 2 more. Next time you pull that knee in, we're gonna hold it there, pulse it up, squeeze through the low belly for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down dog. Okay, last one we're gonna do here, we're gonna add it across the body. So left leg's gonna extend up. As you come in, left knee, right elbow, and extend. So we're adding a little twist here. Knee to elbow, and extend. If that's too much for you, you can always keep it back through center. Let's do 3. See my shirt. 2 more. Good, and then on the last one, you know we're gonna hold it. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Down dog or child's pose if you need an extra breath. Let's finish off on that right side. Right leg goes up. You're gonna hinge forward, right knee to left elbow, and then extend back up. Let's do 5. Good, reach. Last 4. Lots of a sneaky upper body work here. 3. 2 more. And the last one, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come down, child's pose. Whew. Extend those arms out nice and long. Okay, let's come forward again. So grab your yoga block, and this time we're going to take the left hand on top of the block. The right hand's going to go onto the mat. If you don't have a block, you're just doing push-ups. Good luck. Okay, so you're going to drop your hips forward. All of these can be done on the toes if you want an extra challenge. Otherwise, we're going to stay here. Turn your fingers in slightly towards each other once you have your footing on the block. And then you're going to drop your chest and push up. I want you to try to straighten both arms, even though that left arm is a little bit longer. Drop through the chest and push back up. Good, let's do 3. Last 2. Again, working on the toes if you want more of a challenge. Last 1. Bring it up, switch it out. Let's take it over to that right hand. Left hand is on the mat. Turn your fingers in so they point towards the top center of the mat. Shift your weight forward. Let's do 6. Push up. Last 5. 4. Try to keep that tailbone tucked under. Last 3. 2. And the last 1. Good job. Bring it in. You can lose that block. Okay, we're making progress. Let's check the time. Okay, let's go ahead and lay down on our side. Let's all lay on our right hip, just so we're all on the same side. And we're gonna keep it up on the elbow today for an extra challenge. No, at any point you can bring your arm down and rest your head in your bicep. Okay, we're gonna start right away in our external rotation. So we kick that bottom foot out like a little tripod, and then left foot externally rotates on top. Lift up through your waistline, and then we're gonna bend. So left toes to right knee, extend, and lower back down. Bend, straighten, and lower back down. Good, you can always drop that bottom foot if the little kickstand isn't working for you. But my goal is, every time I lower this left leg, heels connect. It's just as long as that bottom leg. That means my hips are stacked and stable. Let's do 4 more like this. Especially challenging as you bend the knee to not drop through your waistline. So I want you to try to think length all the time. Good, last 3. Squeeze. 2 more, and then we're gonna reverse it. Last 1. Good, bend the knee, pause. To reverse, we're gonna push out to straight, lift, bend, and push. Lift, bend, and push. Same thing, I'm looking for my heels to connect at the top. Inner thighs, and a little shaky here. Hang in there. Let's do 5. Last 4. Let the leg be heavy in space. Here's 3, 2. Last 1. Push the leg out to straight. Re-engage through the side body. Give me little circles. You don't have to be big, but I want you to push into the arm. Make sure you're lifted through your waistline. Try to make them as circly shape as you can. Last 3 in this direction. 2, and reverse. As long as you can through that top leg. Let your toes stay pointed up towards the ceiling. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a moment, shake it out. You're gonna pull that bottom knee in front of the hips and lift yourself up into your mermaid shape. So I've got my right leg out in front, my left leg is back behind me. Take a lateral stretch here, just reaching your left arm up. Stretch out all the way through the left side of the body. And then rotate down towards your mat, just like our mermaid stretch on the reformer. And then we'll take a deep breath and start to walk the hands back up. So I want you to look at this shape for a moment. Just do a little bit more hip work here on this left side before we switch. Your knee is probably in front of your hips, your pelvis. I want you to try to move it back so that your knee and your hip are in line from the side of your body. So if you look at your glute, you can already see it's nice and tight, it's contracted there. So now when I roll onto my elbows and I lift my leg, if I peek back, I shouldn't really be able to see it. Maybe if I move my arm, but my knee is in line with my hip there. So squeeze your heel in towards your hip and then start to give me little pulses up and down with that left knee. Now, try to connect your left elbow onto the mat. You may have lost that. Let's do 5. Keep swinging that knee back. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold it there. Now straighten the leg, flex through the heel, and then kick it back. Just squeeze your hamstring. Push out. Good. You can point if you need a break. Kick it back. I'm going to try to keep my hip open. Right? Most of us have really super tight hips, so this is extremely challenging. Let's do 2. Good, squeeze. Last one, squeeze and hold. One more set of pulses. Push up through that left hip, and then check in with that waistline for me. No rocking. For 4, 3, 2, last one. You can lower that left knee down, and then let's just take a counter twist and rotate over towards that left leg. You can rub it out if you need to. Okay, to transition to the other side, we're just going to swing our legs around so that we're lying onto our left hip. And let's start with your left elbow down and the hip stacked. So that left side got a lot of work. Right away, you're going to feel a little extra pinching there. So lift up out of that space, and then we take an external rotation with the legs. So toes point out. We're going to bend, straighten, lower. First view, it might be hard to stay connected into our waistline just because that left leg is tired. But a good way to tell is if those heels line up every single time you lower the leg. Good. We have 5 more of these. The external rotation is too much, especially a lot of us have this tendon that runs over our hip bones and it clicks a lot. There's nothing wrong with that. It's pretty normal. But you can always bring that leg a little bit more out in front if it feels uncomfortable for you. Last 2. Almost lost count. Last one. And then we reverse. So we go up, we bend, and we push back out, heels together. Up, bend, push back out. 8 more of those. Hang in there. Good. Think about tracing along the inside of that left leg to push back out to straight. And then every so often, make sure you're picked up through that waistline. It will dramatically change the work, aka make it harder. Last 3. Good, we'll finish off with those circles. Here's 2. Last one, push out and hold. Restack the hips, little circles. And you can stay externally rotated here. Any cramping or anything like that, just turn the toes forward. Smaller is harder, it's better. Last 3, 2, reverse. Allow the leg to just get heavy in space. So try not to fight that. Just let it happen and work with it. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, shake it out. Okay, it's like, who needs the straps? Let's pull that left knee under. Right leg is gonna go back and pop yourself up. So right now you see this mermaid shape. Your knee can be out in front for this, because that's more comfortable. And then just take a lateral stretch. Think about expanding through the right side of the body. And then rotate down through your mat. Little glimpse of a nice stretch for that left hip here. And then walk your hands through center just so we can get ourselves set up. So we want to think about pulling the ankle back. Anytime the knee is behind or parallel with the hip, our hip is in extension, right? So my quad is as long as it can possibly be here, which is why it's so uncomfortable and hard, but my glute is engaged, so my glute med is nice and strong here. I'm going to rotate down to the mat. Wherever you can get both elbows down, and then lift that back leg. So it's going to come forward because our hips are tight. They're squeezing in here. I want you to swing it back and then start to give me little pulses. So hamstrings don't get a lot of love in Pilates. They get good stretches, but not tons of work. But you can feel here as I move my heel closer to my hip, my hamstring's contracting, it might cramp up. We'll stretch that out in a second. Let's do 3, 2, last one, lift and hold. Now straighten your leg. Break for your hamstring. Squeeze it back, curl. Heel to hip, point the toe, extend. Squeeze it back, curl. We're in a twist here, so be careful with your spine. Check in with your core. Pull your belly button in, nice and tight. Good, let's do 3. The straight leg is the break, squeeze. For 2. We've got one more set of those pulses. Squeeze the heel back, squeeze your butt as tight as you can. Pulse it up for 10, 9. Lead with the knee. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Knee's gonna come down. Rotate your body over towards that right leg. Get a little stretch there. Let's take one more deep breath in. Rotate to the front of your mat. Whatever leg's forward, let's take a pigeon stretch there. So just so that you're facing forward. That front leg is going to cross over the mat. You'll rotate your hips down and just walk your hands out. Wherever's comfortable, you can rest your head in your hands if that feels good. And we just want to let that hip open up for a second there. And then let's walk the hands in, take a little bit of extension at the top. So open up through the chest. Remember to lead with the crown of the head, you can tuck your chin in. And then let's just swap that other leg out, whatever one that is for you. Cross it over the mat, swing the other leg behind. You can walk your hands down. And just take a few deep breaths to release that space. Start to walk the hands in, finding a little bit of extension at the top. Open up through your chest, tuck the chin in. And we'll take another deep breath in here. What we're going to do is we're going to tuck the back toes under so you're nice and strong and step it back into a down dog. Got just a little tiny bit more core work and then you guys are done, I promise. Okay, so we're going to go back into that arabesque work a little bit. We're just going to switch it up. So I want you to take the left leg and extend it back behind you. This time when you pull in, I want you to go knee to left elbow. Extend back out. Knee to center, knee to nose, send back out. And then knee over to that right elbow. So I'm hitting all 3 points. I'm gonna go outside, left side crunches in, reach up. I'm gonna go center, belly button pulls in, reach back up. I'm gonna go over to the right elbow, cross the body, and extend back up. We're gonna do 3 more full rounds there. You take it at your pace. Good, knee to nose, and extend back out. Knee to elbow, rotate. If one of them is not working for you, you can take it out. Good, we're in our second to last round here. Right leg stays nice and strong here. Upper body stays strong. Let's do 1 more of each. And last one. Good. And step it back, downward dog. You can come down for a child's pose, couple of breaths here if you need them. Right leg's gonna extend out. Come up high on the tippy toes of that left foot. You're gonna go outside elbow, send it back. Center, send it back. And left elbow, send it back. Okay, keep going like that. Your pace, hitting all 3 points. Again, if you need to take something out, do it. 3 more of each. And you count for yourself when you're done. You can come down into a child's pose. Almost there. And then we'll stretch today. You should be on your final round. And again, let me know when you're done by coming into that child's pose. Knees come down. Let's go nice and wide and extend the arms out. Take a couple deep breaths through the low back and to just catch your breath. Shift the body forward. We're going to thread the needle here, so help stretches out the shoulder. I'm going to take my left hand underneath my right, walk it out, walk my right hand forward, and then just sink my hips back. So if I can't get my hips down to my heels, it's okay. I want to think about stretching out that left shoulder. Right arm is getting a nice stretch up overhead here too. Take a deep breath in, shift it forward and over to the other side. Right arm extends, the left hand comes out. Try to rotate a little weight down onto that right shoulder, walk the fingers out, and then just release into the stretch. And then bring the hands back through center. You'll bring your knees all the way together and sit into a child's pose. So a couple options. Whatever stretch feels better for your shoulders, you can bring the hands all the way down to the side with the palms turned up. You can keep them extended out or even bring them out to a T. So whatever feels like you're getting better release of the muscles in your chest and shoulders, you can take. And then we have lots of access to the back of our body here. So I want you to start to take some deep breath in through the nose. Stretch out through the back of the body and then exhale, release the air. Release any tension that might be in your body. And we'll just take the last couple breaths of class here. And then take one more deep breath in. Try to stretch all the muscles of your back, your ribs, the spine. And then start to come up nice and slow. Walk your hands all the way in towards your hips. And you guys are all done. I am sweating. That was sneaky hard. I always regret teaching cardio and trying to talk at the same time. Please subscribe to our channel to keep up with our videos. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll see you soon.